2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go!
Hey, you guys, it's Charlie. We got Milwaukee Matt, the world renowned geologist, and Reg's joining us today. We're just hanging out, chit chatting. Matt's kind of nursing his hip back to health after a basketball incident. It was pretty interesting.
It was coming down. That was the problem.
That sounds like a rough time there, Matt.
Yeah, came down wrong. And the force, because I was coming down sideways and my hip took the most of the pressure and apparently it didn't want to hang on.
Oh,
Good evening.
I felt it in my I felt it in my knee first, but then my hip was the one that went. Yeah, they had to go to the doctor. It was like they considered it a trauma case. So I had to go to the ER and a whole bunch of stuff. They said it and CAT scans. There was a piece of chip that snapped off, and when they said it, they had to go and look CAT scan it again, make sure it wasn't in the socket part or the cup where your hip is, because otherwise they'd surgically have to go in and get that out. Fortunately, fortunately the chip is on the outside and not in there, so there's no reason for surgery. It'd be more risky to go get it than it would be to just leave it.
Yeah.
yeah. It'll work its way out.
Down.
When you're 80
Yeah.
years old, it'll come sticking out the side of your hip.
Whatever.
You gotta dig the nugget out of here. How you gonna do that?
We got Jericho and Gold Eagle joining us. Yeah, if you guys hadn't seen, go check out Gold Eagle's channel. He found a pretty nice chunk of gold today.
My daughters thought the background music to that short video was fantastic.
You gotta twist it, you gotta bend it up a bit.
Good to see you're chasing after the high school crowd with your background music for your shorts.
Hey, trending is trending, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And the name of the song is Take a Trip. So,
Yeah.
Hey, if it makes it feel any better, I prop my leg up with this.
Is she done now?
all right, Joe's going to set up his laptop, and then when he's ready, I'm going to go inside.
I think it's a fox. You see the resemblance?
There you go. What are you doing with that?
Put it away. She's done the
I
fish.
put it- Hang on. Bear with
Yeah.
me.
Driving Joe crazy.
After all this, Matt's going to be making old man noises when he has to move around from now on.
Welcome to the club. Matt. Welcome to the club.
That's what I do with the fox. I put the fox down there and I put my leg on him.
You know,
Alright,
Snap,
I got
Crackle, and Pop used to come from my cereal bowl. Now it
Yeah.
comes every time I move.
That's right. That's right, Reg.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I feel your pain.
Ouch.
Don't forget to
Coughing
mention
though.
the rattle
hurts
sound when you walk because of the bottle of Naprosyn pills in your pocket.
Right?
Yeah.
Or it's like you hurt your neck from sleeping wrong, you blow out a rib from sneezing. I'm just one fart away from dying.
If you
Right,
smelled
takes
any of
both parts,
Tyler's
Charlie.
parts, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man. He'll be down creek and I still smell him. I'm like, wow.
And he's upwind.
Impressive. Yeah. That's he'll clear out a 40 for real. 40
The only-
acres.
The only being that's beat Charlie in a fart contest was when I fed Hercules peanut butter and tuna.
Yeah, try driving in the car for a couple hours with him.
That was 12. Yeah, we were 30 some hours and I locked the windows.
You
Yeah,
know,
I know. Oh. Yeah. Why do you think
My
his beard's
window's
so
still
curly?
rolled down.
my windows don't work.
Find a way. I'd open the door if I had to.
Yeah, I would have just opened the door if you wouldn't lock the windows.
There you go, Matt.
That's a real friend. Oh,
You turn the wrong way and
I got
you know, twists and all of a
got my little
sudden-
nightstand full of stuff. Milk.
Oh, I know about that one, Jocko, because in 2015 I broke my back and trying to turn to get back there. It's like, fuck, I need help.
Oh. That's pretty
Versus
bad.
trigger
Like
mom
when
going
you.
deep.
You don't realize how much you use your hips. Holy cow.
Until you can't use it.
I meant that. Right. I mean, there's a lot of weight. Like because when it was out of socket, I couldn't move it. Like it's probably 40, 45 pounds, you figure, at least for me. I mean, it's probably, under a third of my body weight right there.
So, Charlie, question for you.
What's up?
Where should I set up the tripod to go live during tomorrow's wash plant? Rock truck or
I would say like far right corner of the rock truck. That way you can see down by the conveyor belt and everything.
and still see the dump and
And you'll see the dump where everybody is working up by the wash plant and stuff like that.
I'll just
that
set it
way-
on the roof of the rock truck.
Yeah, but put it off to like the left-hand side up as high as you can get it
Okay.
on like a tripod or something. That way it shows like the whole area from like the spray box for the top of the wash plant all the way down to where like the fine tailings and rock and stuff like that's coming out. So that way you can see the whole area that you're working on.
Yeah, her tripod is fully adjustable, like you said it, and then it's got an additional little handle you can move up and down and change the pitch and angle. One of them fancy dancy camera ones.
Check this out.
Matt's going to show us where they put that rod through his leg.
It went in that side and it came out that side. It's a little swollen still, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a big bracket that was holding onto that thing, and then it had two 10-pound sandbags on the other end of it pulling his leg back.
a pin went through my femur
I'm
right
going in
here.
as soon as Joe gets on the computer.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
pin it,
You're gonna go hide in
and
the
it
room.
goes down. Yeah, it felt great.
Definitely an intense injury.
Yeah. So when he takes it off, he takes the clamp off. No anesthetics. Grabs onto it with just a basic pliers. It didn't even look like sanitary. Grabbed the thing and pulled the pin out. I'm like, oh man, that hurt. I was trying to take a picture of it, but I couldn't stand holding the camera while he was doing it.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt,
What?
did it hurt right
Yeah.
away?
Oh yeah.
Hey, you want to know
in your
what?
bone. It's in your bone. What's up?
I didn't feel a thing.
Well,
That's not gonna work. I was trying to get on there so I can like load the pictures up that Matt sent me.
Oh yeah, they're in there. Oh, the one's a little bloody. You can actually see the pin still in it.
Give
That
me
was
one.
just before he pulled it out. I can't believe he didn't put anesthetics in it, man. I was like, please put something in there. Because just the night before, he put it in with no anesthetics, like a drill straight through the bone. Then he just fed the things right through it. That hurts.
I don't know. How do you anesthetize a bone? I don't know. I mean,
You
they can
can't.
freeze the muscle,
You
but yeah, you can.
Yeah, not the bone. You can't. When you gonna stick a needle into it, you can't. Yeah, I was awake for it. Trust me, that hurt. I mean, it feels better now because I haven't taken their bandages off from when they did it. They just slapped a bunch of iodine on it. When they pulled it out, they put some kind of ointment on it, put the gauze on it, and then put that surgical tape over it where it's like completely sealed. I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait a
just
while.
Leave it for a couple days. Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't really bother me. It gets a little stiff if I don't move it. And then my hip, because it's, all that stuff got moved to places it shouldn't have been, even though they got it back in, it's going to take a while for all those muscles to kind of relax and get back to normal. So it's but I have to be careful too that I don't pop it back out because we'll be back to square one.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah, once it's come out once, it'll come out easy the second time. So once you you get up and moving around, it's important that you go for walks and
Well,
do some good exercise and not too heavy or anything like that. But you got to build up all those muscles and ligaments that holds it all in place.
Well, I think I'm doing pretty good after 2 days, considering, I mean, I'm up and walking. I walked around Walmart today. I don't use the crutches unless I'm like standing still. Then I use them just to take the weight off, or I use the shopping cart, just kind of using the shopping cart just to take even 50% of your weight off of it, it does a lot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll see. I'm obviously not going to go gold mining with Charlie this weekend. Unfortunately, I was really looking forward to it, but in 2 weeks, I'm going to Branson, Missouri. I was hoping to do a little hiking and looking for agates and stuff, some quartz. So hopefully, if I take it easy, I'll at least be able to do some, stuff, not super hardcore, but we'll see.
You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful because if it don't mend right, it's going to affect you when you get to be Jim's age over there.
I know. Yeah, okay. When you're pointing a finger, you got 4 more pointing back at you.
Yeah, tell me about it. Hello, everybody in chat. We're down here at Jericho's and waiting to go to Lucky Strike tomorrow. I already got a nugget out of one of the bags that he had over here.
You jumped up on that.
Yeah, it was a nice size nugget. I watched that short just before the live stream.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Matt so he can watch it later.
Yeah,
but
work it out. I'm going anywhere.
It makes a nice little tink when you drop it in the pan there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good sound.
Is that John R. prospecting I seen in the chat before?
Yeah,
it was John R.
Oh, that's nice of him.
We got DB in chat too there, Joe.
Huh?
We got DB in chat too.
I see she just arrived. I was going through the back. Yeah, how you doing, DB? Gold Pan and Dutchie, what's happening?
Did you bring your Rangers jersey with you, Joe?
I was I thought of it when I was like an hour away from Jericho's, and I says, I gotta turn back and I gotta go get it.
Yeah,
said,
right.
oh man, I forgot a few things. The jersey was one of them. I forgot.
Oh, okay. I won't bother bringing mine then.
I forgot my sit in the river chair.
Well, that's what Walmart's for.
Yeah.
Or just go ride around the neighborhood. You might find a sit in the river chair on the side of the road.
Yeah.
True too.
I find them all the time.
Just don't run into someone's front yard to grab it. You might get shot down there.
Yeah, maybe. All them rednecks.
Damn rednecks.
Yeah.
Well, I got my new wetsuit, so I can sit on a 5-gallon bucket if I need to.
Nice. My brother just gave me a pair that he never used. It said like $20 on it. It's a pair of lacrosse chest waders. I'm like, sweet. And they're nice
Why do
because
you need a wetsuit? Just cover yourself in Vaseline.
it's not a wetsuit. It's a chest plus waders. But when it's cold up here, it gets cold up here. But sometimes in the winter, I don't need my 600 Thinsulate. And in the summer, it gets pretty hot with those things. Or even in the spring.
I tried on the wetsuit that I used to use when I was 30 years old. And there was no way in hell, even with a ton of Vaseline, I couldn't get into that.
Mm.
I'm not saying you need to use
I have
Vaseline
a
to
weird
get in.
mental picture on this one.
Layer on your skin.
It's ever since I quit smoking, I got a daddy gut over here now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that spare tire that sits around the waist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what causes that though, Joe? Is like you make food for the kids, they ate like 2 bites, and then they leave their plate, and you're sitting there like, well, I ain't gonna waste that food.
Yeah.
You end up eating like 4 meals. You're already stuffed after the second one, and it's like I ain't wasting the food.
Well, that's like my wife. She cooks for the 2 of us, but she cooks for 4 people. So I got to eat 3 portions, and she's gonna only eat 1. And she wonders why I'm getting the daddy belly over here.
Well, summer's coming up, Joe. You'll be more active out there doing things, and
I'm gonna try. I decided I was gonna try and give up on the soda. I brought some water and some Crystal Light.
Are you done?
And some Gatorade.
There you go.
You know, they say guys with dad bods aren't in shape, but I disagree. Potato is a shape.
That's right. Round is a shape as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to get off here for a little bit. You guys have a good evening. And
All right,
good luck
dude, go
tomorrow.
rest.
Yeah, I'm going to
Rest
watch
up
that
there,
video of your nugget there, Gold Eagle, and then we'll keep in touch.
All right, man. You know, take care of yourself, and you know, give yourself some time to heal. There, don't be in a rush.
I know. All right, guys,
All right,
take it easy.
Take
Bye,
care.
chat.
Cheers, Matt.
hey, Matt, I'll tell you, one of the hardest things to get off your hands is subfloor glue and sand, because we were putting like glue along the side of the foam, putting like the metal flashing on the sides of it. You get a little dab on your hand, and then the sand that's around the area, and you almost need gasoline to take this stuff off.
That's how it's like working with the 2-part epoxy that I use
Yeah.
on my pizzas.
I remember one time I brought my. I told my father we had a train car full of paint that they never. It's just sitting there and trying to get rid of it. So he says, "Bring me some, you know, some good paint. I want to paint some pallets." What he did is he took these pallets and he arranged them in front of his camper so they can you know, have like a little patio there. And he covered them up and all that, but he wanted to paint them because they were laying on the ground. I brought him this silver paint, and he says he used gasoline, benzene, turpentine, anything that he could get his hands on to paint dinner. And he said he couldn't get that stuff off his hands.
Wow.
It had to wear off.
Yeah.
And he says when he painted those pallets, there was nothing that was going to penetrate that paint. I don't know what it was, man, but it was, you know,
Shit.
it was really good stuff.
Pardon my
I wonder
French.
if the industrial stripper I used to use making curtain wall would work.
This is what they used to paint the undercarriages of the train cars with, and those trains are out in the elements 24/7. You know,
Yeah.
running all kinds of, you know. So
Well, when I was working for a company called not Verstech, sorry, Ferguson Newdorf Glass, we were doing curtain wall, and we were basically putting these giant frames together with glass and everything like that. And the chemical that we had used,
yeah,
it's called
DB,
MEK. It's the stuff they use to chemically strip steel
yeah.
from any paint or contaminants. Like, it's so corrosive, you've got to use special gloves and wear the full protection suit to use it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to rinse your hands off with it. What you're saying?
No.
It'll take the paint off, but it'll also take the top 5 layers of skin off with it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Talk about eating too much, man. We had a big meal tonight. My wife got home. She had a long day. She had 3 exams today.
Oh yeah, I read that. Yeah.
And she came home in tears, just completely frustrated. And she passed them all. I can't believe it. Nowadays, you find out your exam grade within hours. And she got it all online, but she passed everything, so she did well. But she just, a whole week's worth of studying, she was just poleaxed. And I suggested earlier today that, well, I'll treat you all. Let's go out to Lucky's Chinese down the street. And but she went and lay down in bed, and I thought, I'm just going to order and go pick it up. So, of course, me ordering Chinese food, that's like, yeah, I'll have some of that. I'll have some of this. Well, $185 later.
Oh, man.
I come home with 2 enormous bags of Chinese food. We got enough Chinese food now for about 3 days. And for the 5 of us, But anyway, so we had a good feed anyway. So it's all good. Yeah, that was an expensive one.
That's a lot of egg rolls, man.
Oh, we didn't get any egg rolls, believe it or not. Yeah.
No egg rolls.
No. No, this is a real Chinese place. I got 2 Vietnamese salad rolls. You ever had those with the clear rice wrapper, and inside there's lettuce and vermicelli noodles and some pork and some shrimp?
Yep.
They're cold. They're really good. Yeah, I had 2 of those, but most of them were into soup. My wife likes her soup. 2 of our kids had a big bowl of soup. And Cantonese lo mein, bonbons, spare ribs, 2 special platters. You name it.
They say when I don't know if it's true or not, but you ever have sweet and sour soup from the Chinese?
Yeah, I've had hot and sour soup.
Hot and sour soup. That's
That, I really like that.
They say that's good. That fixes up if you got a cold or the flu or something like that. It's always good for what ails you in that respect.
Well, I'm sure. It's got a healthy dose of white pepper in it, so it's that's the hot part. So
it's got a lot of tofu in it too.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it depends on what they're doing. Used to date a girl that would drop an egg in it and whip that up. She used to make it pretty good.
The 2 links dropped in chat are the 2 projects that I worked on. My handiwork is currently sitting on those 2 buildings.
Oh, right on.
I have to go on to the YouTube side in order to do that. I think.
Oh, yeah.
The outside is all terracotta. Each slab weighs about 80 pounds.
Wow.
And each frame has about 40 slabs per frame.
Oh my god!
You're gonna have to turn it. Oh, you know.
Like the frames themselves weigh about 2,000 pounds with everything included.
You should have had Charlie there working with you because he picks things up and puts them down.
Yeah.
So it was beneficial for me when I worked there. I had the corner of a frame drop on me while I was working the assembly line. My back gave out on me. I crumpled like a ton of
Yes.
bricks.
What the?
Literally, because it weighed 2,000 pounds. It was a ton of bricks.
I don't know. All right, we're back. Where are we? What do you want to do? You want to turn this sideways?
Yeah, you have to squeeze your old ass in.
Definitely fun projects to work
I'm
on.
in the
though.
corner.
The end result.
How much did that nugget weigh there, Joe?
We didn't weigh it up yet. It's in the snuffer bottle right now. I don't want
He
to.
didn't even finish panning his dirt.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, he's breaking my stones over here on the counter. You do 2 pans and then it starts pouring rain out.
But Joe, the gold's already wet.
Rain only melts a candy ass, Joe. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that isn't that the bag that I won like 3 live shows ago or something,
No.
and now
No.
Joe's panning it.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's my nugget, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just panned it out for me. Thank you.
Oh. All right, now we're situated.
So, what are you staying up at Jericho's for the night and then heading down to the camp tomorrow, or?
No, till you get there.
Oh, okay.
That way he ain't got like he's gonna save $600 that way.
Well, I don't know about 600, but he's going to save a
'Cause
couple hundred. Isn't he?
When you so till you get there and then when you leave because he's staying till Monday,
Yeah.
so it'll be 600
Okay.
in total.
Yeah, it'll add up.
But either
Yeah,
way,
might as well.
That's $600 more dollars you can spend on more buckets.
that's right. And then tomorrow night we'll be joined by Scuba Steve. We're gonna be going live by the campfire.
Littlehammer's all fired up.
It'll be a long day tomorrow, so right after this live stream, I'm hitting the sack, man.
Yeah, me, I'm not far out myself.
Yeah, I can feel that. Like, after the day today and, like, constantly working like this, yeah.
Oh, man, I hate that.
Well, we're framing the inside of a pole barn. The exterior walls are 12 feet tall, and then we got to do all the purlings for the lid as well. And we've got all the exterior framing done. We've got like 90% of the purlings up in the trusses. There's just one area that we have to wait for the homeowner to move like 3 shelves and like a giant welding table on wheels to get that out of the way so we can finish the rest of the purlings up there. But yeah, it was an undertaking. And then trying to frame up along the one wall where he's got this like 16 foot by, I think it's 10.5 feet tall garage door. So we had to slide it all down and then finish putting in our hangers and stuff for the purlings on that side, and then frame our wall up to the height of the bottom of the truss along the exterior. It was a pain.
You got a lot of work there, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm steady working now.
That's good. I
As
wish
of
I had-
today, I already put in 33 hours for this week, so and I still got another day to go.
Good stuff.
Oh, you used to be off on Fridays, right?
Well, it would depend on what we had left to do, but yeah.
Yeah, those days are over now, I guess.
Yep. But it's good to be back to work. I'll tell you though, getting home at the end of the day, I get out of the Jeep and I'm like,
I feel like that every morning when I try to get out of bed.
rolling over, asking your wife which Mack truck hit me.
I think that one was a Peterbilt.
That would explain it.
How come this is all the way over here? There we go. I wanted to see how many were in here. 6.
Yeah, the live stream numbers have really taken a dive.
Have you checked your studio count of who watches shorts, who watches lives, who watches videos, and in comparison to what?
Yeah, like live streams are way down. My shorts are way up. And my long format content that I post is about average.
I can tell you, I'm guilty of not watching a single short.
Shorts is the only thing I watch.
If I wanted to watch TikTok, I would start a TikTok account. I don't need TikTok content with 30-second content on YouTube as well. That's the way I see it.
My little nugget video is a short.
Well, yeah, shorts on YouTube, it will draw the younger crowd. It will draw the younger generation because they're used to rapid entertainment.
That's right.
Or those of us with ADHD.
But, you know, there's a large demographic of people that just can't stand that rapid form of entertainment. It hurts their head. It messes with them. And a lot of our community has started doing shorts instead of posting longer videos. And that, you know, I feel it kind of takes away from the quality of the content.
Yeah, because you literally cut out large chunks of information, cool things that you happen to come across just to get a 60-second video.
Well, you know, like I feel sometimes if you're gonna do a pay dirt review or something like that, it's not necessarily a review, but you're pushing somebody's pay dirt, you know. So you're gonna stand there, you're gonna open it up, you're gonna tell a little bit about it, you're gonna start panning through that. We've all been doing this for a long time, and a lot of us. I'm not gonna sit there and watch somebody pan for 30, 40 minutes when I know exactly what he's doing. You know, I'm not learning. I'm not learning anything from it. Somebody new, possibly, yeah. But for the content that we put out, for the people that we make these videos for, they're tired of watching the same old stuff. You got to come up with new ideas, you know.
Yeah.
Well, as content creator, that's why it's our job to keep things fresh.
We can only do so much with a band.
Until you start coming out with new, oddly shaped pans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to 3D print an oddly shaped pan, and I'm going to get a volunteer to use it. All right, Charlie volunteered.
I think you should make a peanut-shaped pan with the narrow in the middle, and you can use both ends kind of as a batea, but then you got to slosh it back and forth, you know, and we could come up with a whole new rocking method. And
well, it kind of looked like a banjo pan, but it would have a bowl on this end and 2 bowls on this end.
Something like that. And then we'll film it at different, we'll trade it off, and we'll each film different videos in different places and say, this is the best pan I've ever had. It's the only pan out there. But, you know, we'll trade it all off. And, oh, yeah, you know, Jericho makes these. These are wicked. You know, and somebody else try one, and, you know, and we'll just flood the market with look, it's the peanut pan. You know?
For when you're digging up peanuts.
That's
The
right.
Franken beans, man. For when Joe's cooling them in the creek.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have your nuts dipped in the creek and show the two.
He forgot his berry chair.
Yeah. I got to dig out my swimsuit. I haven't worn that thing in about 4 years, man. I don't even know where it is.
Or like DB said there, make a star-shaped pen. It might catch
Yeah.
that stuff in the corners.
Yeah.
I don't even have TikTok. I don't know.
Neither do I.
They're supposed to be banning TikTok.
It's an instrument of the Communist Chinese Party.
And I find it even funnier because they don't allow TikTok or Instagram or all like Facebook over there.
Yeah. They have their own version of TikTok, but it's completely different.
My brother had to buy a cell phone from America and have it sent over there just in order to be able to download it and even have it.
They'll make it, they'll market it, and they'll sell it to the world, but they won't allow their own people to use it.
Yep, because like TikTok and Instagram, most of their stuff that's on there is all like short form videos. They do not want short form videos like messing with the kids over there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, like here where it's so big and everybody's watching it and everybody's doing it, the kids constantly watch those short videos. They're just flashing in front of you and they're not showing you anything worth knowledge or knowing that they try to market and put out to these kids that
Love you.
they're just by the end of it they're just
Prime
No.
example, look at the channel Mr. Beast.
but it starts out with those short videos and stuff like that, and then it's like, okay, let's see how much stupid money we can spend on stupid stuff and just blow it all up.
You know what my problem is too, is when I make videos. If I had somebody, like I could be the director and I can tell you where to stand and what to do, but I have to do that all myself and I have to be in the video. You can't do that. You can't get the type of video that you want when you got to be, hey, Little Hammer, what's happening, man? You ready for the trip?
Yep.
I'm down here already, man. I found my first nugget today.
That's cool. Hope I find one.
Yeah.
But it's hard to make the video the way you want it to, unless you have somebody behind the camera that can do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Like the video I had go crazy. It took it's a 16-minute video and it took 3.5 hours to film it.
Wow.
I had to set up the camera, start stuff, then stop the camera, move the camera over here, start it again, and to try to keep the energy to make, because it was funny. I try to keep it comical and I don't know, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But you got Sam to help you make videos.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get lots of stuff to publish while we're down there together.
Well, we got we have the spiral wheel. They're talking about bringing out the Rover.
Mhm.
We're gonna have a couple different high bankers, the mini jig, a couple different cleanup sluices, a mini high banker. So there'll be a variety of equipment, and then a bunch of gold hounds are going to be brought out, the demo units. So
Doug Odette tried, he's got a wheel, and he tried the pulps that I sent him with that, and he didn't have any luck. But there may not have been anything in it,
Yeah.
But I would think that out of all the different methods, that's probably, oh my God, New Jersey scored again. God damn it. At any rate, I would think out of all the different methods, maybe that's the best way to deal with that stuff, unless you had a Miller table, you know.
We can get the Miller table brought out.
Yeah, but it's so slow.
It is,
you know?
and it's a pain.
Yeah.
I never seen. I don't understand. I never seen one. I don't know much about the Miller table. I heard Stacy talking about them all the time.
It's kind of like a
slow flow,
a micro shaker table kind of affair. Really is sort of what it is, but yeah, it's an experiment in physics is really what it is. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, you got
it's
to
not
dial
something
it
you would use for production.
Well, that's going to be. That's one of the things I want to make the video. I want to set up. Remember where I was telling you where I want to go prospecting up north on the river. Well, I want to set that Gold Mountain gold trap up in there, and I want to actually see the physics of how that works. I'm curious.
The Green Mountain gold trap.
I was looking on the satellite image of the campground, and you're talking when you say north of there. That's the creek looks like it gets really thin up around there.
It is.
It does, and then it widens out again.
And then it widens out again. Yeah, exactly.
So he's looking at it, Charlie, right? And he's like, "Oh, it's so nice." He's like, "So the gold, you put your stuff on here, and then it goes up this way. Well, it's going to get all scratched up and dirty."
Joe, here's the basic design for a Miller table.
Yeah.
It's also a really
need to put in the water flow system. Get
it's
it all
also a really
painted
good
up and everything with
Yeah.
good base for a rocker box too.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. But that's made out of an old dresser drawer.
Do you have the Mad Max?
The Mad Max?
NC Recluse says he's going to get one out tomorrow.
Never heard of it.
It's a Miller table. It's another company.
Okay.
How many mouse traps?
No,
How
I'm
many ways can you
building
make a
one
mouse trap?
myself.
Same thing with the Miller table. Martin Prospecting has their own.
What do you got, Reg? What do you got to do? How you got it? Does it shake? You got to put a vibrating
No,
system on it.
what you do is you hook it up to the same type of bilge pump system, but you have a very low flow.
You're going to learn how to use it tomorrow.
Low flow.
And all it does, it has enough water flow to move the black sand, but due to the density of gold, it will stick to the surface, which in this case I'm using chalkboard paint, so that way it's got a good grip to it. And yeah, the gold will just stay put and everything else will flow off. And then you just sweep the gold into a little hole with a little receptacle waiting.
You can screw on this, the one James has, you put your vial on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be doing the same thing with mine. I'm gonna
Yeah, you take your vial like this, you unscrew your cap, and then you just screw this right to the bottom of that, and then it's like up in the upper corner. So you have your box that you're running a Miller table on, the gold will stick to that, and then you just sweep your gold up to that point and it falls right into the jar, and then all the black sands just wash right out.
Yeah.
Not all Miller tables have that design. You would have to look and find one that actually does.
And for $2.99 at Carolina Prospector Shop, you can get a Mad Max, Charlie.
$2.99. That's pretty cheap.
Oh, $299 with the tote pump, and
I'll buy a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of copper plate, and I'll just scribe a bunch of lines on it, drop it on dry, and just blow it through a straw, and it'll do the same thing.
I'll say, why couldn't we laser a bunch of lines on a copper plate?
You probably could. You probably could.
Oh, and Bill,
all you're looking for is that you're looking for that little rough edge on the edge of the line, you know.
Yeah. To put it at a slight angle and laser lines.
Yeah.
Charlie, Bill said to tell you it sucks you can't come, man. He was hoping to see you again this year.
Yeah, I know. I really wish I could have made it, but I have more
Good job.
important things I have to take care of and make sure that we have a house to stay in. So
Yeah.
Telka detector.
yellow.
Talca says, "Good morning, my friends. You must be on the other side of the date line."
He's in Chile.
Oh, Chile.
DB, what do you mean? You don't have no
Yes,
backyard
you do.
equipment for doing
She's got pans and a little tote. She wants a toolbox sluice or a bucket sluice.
Oh, we ought to get Travis to make you a cleanup sluice.
You get Stacy to make a mat.
Get Stacy, yeah, hook you up.
I loved working down in Chile. Whereabouts in Chile are you, Talca? I was up in the town of Vallenar.
Chile.
Yeah,
Yeah, South America.
Vallenar, north of La Serena.
Is that where he is?
Yep. Come here, Zeus. We go back.
I love Chile, man. That's a great country.
You didn't love chili earlier when you were eating some kimchi laying in the chair.
No, that was a different Chile.
I like chili with cornbread, man.
Yeah. No, this is we're talking Chile, not
Oh,
Chile.
Chile.
Yeah.
Hey, Papa Dog.
He wants to go see you.
Papa Dog. What are you doing, Papa Dog?
No, they're Zeus has found his other best friend again.
Yep. They'll be together all the time. I told him if he leaves the door open, Zeus is going to be in there
What
sleeping
are
by
you
him.
doing, Papa Dog?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Papa Dog?
Come here.
This is over there being the mini vacuum he is and sucking all the crumbs off of Joe.
Off of Joe's beard, yeah.
All the pretzel dust.
That's it. He's not giving you kisses. He's eating the pretzel dust. Yeah.
Are you jealous?
Hercules jealous now.
Oh well. We
Yeah,
can turn
you
off
have to
that
probably
TV.
squeeze in my armpit.
What about me? What about me?
Hercules. This one, me.
So I need to talk to somebody hosting an
I didn't say
auction soon
Zeus.
so I can get this up.
Hey, Hercules.
I want to get this out there.
Yeah.
Trying to show that off, Reg?
Go there.
Maybe a little.
Is that one for sale or is that one already spoken for?
I was thinking of auctioning this one so that way I can try to get a little bit more for it.
Yeah,
I put a lot of time and effort and craftsmanship into this one.
No, like I know the materials, sourcing the materials, making all the stuff, putting it all together, like all the metal work that you do for the shovels and picks and stuff like that. Like the price on them individually, if you'd like to order one, I think it is a fair, decent price.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the shipping and everything like that goes into it, you know. Especially if he's sending it from Canada to the States or anywhere else, of course. It's worth the price.
Right over there, old man.
Auctioning it off, I can understand.
My son just kicked his punching bag downstairs. The whole room just shook. It's hanging from the rafters in the basement, immediately below the dining room table where I'm at right now. And whenever he hits it, the whole room just kind of goes, ooh.
Boys.
Or maybe that's good because you're going to be shoveling lots. Expect a cubic yard per day.
How big is
coffee?
the yard?
1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter.
So like a 1 meter square.
Yes.
Here, turn this towards you.
1 meter?
1 meter cube. So a pile about this high.
What, mango?
You'll see. Don't worry.
That's done daily. That's done daily.
That's done daily. You do one, then I do one, then
Snack
someone
cake,
else
Joe?
does one, and at the end of the day, we look in the sluice box.
Uh,
Okay, he says, no problem.
Yeah, wait until he actually has to start shoveling, and he hits some of those
Oh, yeah.
bigger rocks and chunks that are in there that you have to work through and get out of the high banker. And I always think it's funny, like whenever somebody that hasn't been out there actually digging says, "Yeah, I'll come out and do it with you," and then you bring them out there and then try to stick shovel in, they're like, "How do we get it in the ground?"
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier today. Like when we were placer mining diamonds over in Africa, the Africans taught me how to, when you pry that gravel out, cobbles and all, you get a load on your shovel, and then you pitch the load over to a spot. But when you throw it in such a way that it all comes off the shovel in one gob and lands on the ground in one gob. Like you don't spray it all over. Like most people would just kind of throw the shovel like that, and it'd spread all through the bush,
Well,
And
you know what I don't understand about
the trick with actually picking it up and throwing it as a gob, I figure I can dig it out of the creek and put it into a pile beside the high banker, and then he can be sitting there by the high banker shoveling it into the high bankers. I'm shoveling it to him, and that would be a good train rather than filling up buckets. Depends how far away from the high banker we are, but I could probably throw it 12 feet.
Well,
Not gonna be
over
very
by the high bankers, there's a machine that'll scoop up a bucket of dirt, bring it over, and drop the bucket. You got a whole yard of material right there.
Oh,
We're only doing that one day. We're going on the creek.
We're going up. Joe wants to go and prospect the spot, so we're going to be digging our own hole.
3 spots.
If I put this in here, I could view it, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to see if anything's on there, because you have to have that. I don't know how it works.
I taught Joe how to copy and paste links with his phone today, Charlie.
That's cool. Yeah, he was still over there using the chisel and a hammer to type out
Let's
the
see
link.
if I remember how to do it now. Give me the top. And I brought the tripod for this, and you can hook this up and use it as a webcam too. But you got to plug it into here, right?
We're teaching him about his video camera.
I brought down I found the charging cable. I was gonna abort that idea of bringing that camera, but because I couldn't charge the batteries, and I went looking for a battery charger, and it's the guy said he used some fancy word, but only that one manufacturer makes that special cord, so you got to get it from them. The guy in Best Buy, I went looking for one, So I went home and I looked a little harder and I found it. So I charged my battery.
You know where he found it?
In his toolbox?
Junk drawer.
Right next to the laptop on his desk.
Taking a spinny break. I'll be right back.
You're good, Reg.
Yeah, that's the problem with those cordless batteries, for the cordless tools is every supplier, every manufacturer has their own charger system. Like it's not like USBs where there's 3 different types of USB out there. It's
each battery configuration for each different tool is different.
Oh, really? That's
like
a lot older. Nowadays, they're all the same.
Ryobi, they're all,
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Different manufacturers, like DeWalt, Milwaukee, whatever, Ryobi.
That's because the battery configuration is different.
Yeah, and you need a different charger. Whereas, it should just be like
universal.
Fix them. They all plug into the same kind of charger. I mean, speaking of batteries, those rechargeable batteries. When you go down to like Home Depot and you got to buy a new one, and they come in a 2-pack, and it's like $350 or whatever. We've got that XRF gun that you saw in some of my videos that we were shooting the rocks with. It came with 2 rechargeable batteries. One of those rechargeable batteries has now pooped itself. It won't take a charge. It'll still, if we put the battery in and connect to a power source with there's a little plug you can stick in the back and plug it into a 110.
Yeah.
It'll work, like it'll transmit the current, but it will not charge. You know how much one of those batteries costs? $9,000.
You know what you the problem with that is, why that happens. It's the same thing with my computer that we're on right now. It has a battery inside, but I constantly have it plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
So that battery is running off AC, actually. The computer is running off AC.
Yeah.
And that battery develops a memory, and it don't need anything, so it just depletes itself.
Yeah.
Now the battery won't hold a charge.
Yes.
But it runs through the battery and powers the computer.
Yeah, with those things you gotta with mine actually I've got with my computer I can actually set it up so like right now mine's at 79%. It'll charge up to a maximum about 85 and then it'll let itself bleed off down to 50 or so and then it'll start charging back up again even though it's plugged in.
Yeah.
But yeah, with those kind of batteries it's best just to run them all the way dry and then charge them fully up and then use them again. That way they don't establish a memory.
Yeah, well, that's hard to do.
It is. We bought a bunch of rechargeable spotlights, work lights with a magnetic clamp on the bottom for logging core in our. We got a container in a storage lot, and they're perfect. Like they stick right on the metal wall and they shine down on the core boxes on the bench, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we used them, and I told Jay, I says, let's. He's like, take them home and we'll charge them up again. It's like, no, man, we only used them for an hour or two. Let's run them dry. And then we ended up taking them home a couple days later and just leaving them on all evening until they finally went out by themselves. It's like, okay, now we'll recharge them overnight and, keep that memory.
Yeah. That used to happen a lot when they first came out with the camcorders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those old
batteries were bad. Video, and all of a sudden you got it went from 50% down to nothing in no time. It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days too.
What's happening out there in chat?
Not much.
I'm trying to read it. My damn eyes are so bad.
DB, are you what do they call it? Uppers and lowers or regular? Upper. And what's the people down south? They're just regular Michiganders?
Yeah. What are Upers are up in the north of Wisconsin? Is that the idea?
I think they're
Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh yeah, the Upper Peninsula. It's like most of us north of the Mason-Dixon line here,
Oh yeah.
She's in the thumb. You mean the mitten?
Yep.
The thumb for the mitten.
The thumb area. Okay. I'll have to look at the map.
Now Michigan goes that way, right?
Yep.
Mostly farmland.
Yeah, that's about what it is around by me is farmland.
I remember when I was a little kid, my father is originally from Michigan, and we went to see. They had all cornfields. They were corn farmers, I think, out there. I remember running through the cornfields when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I still think one of the coolest things to do is just after like a hard rain, like the next day after a hard rain comes through, go out in the middle of the night, sit in a cornfield. You can actually hear the corn growing. Like, no joke, you can hear the corn growing. It actually has a sound.
I think you were mistaking the corn for the mushrooms over there.
No. Just straight sober, sitting out in the middle of a cornfield. You can hear it.
Really?
I'll have to do it once the corn is up. I'll go out and actually record it for you. You can hear the corn.
Sounds to me like watching grass grow. I don't know, man.
It's a lot faster than grass. I'm glad my grass doesn't grow as fast as corn does.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's yard would be looking like Jumanji.
Jurassic Park. Don't go into the long grass.
Yeah, that's right.
Clever girl.
That's the problem with these little tiny beer cans, man. There's just
3 sips and it's gone.
There's a hole in them.
Yeah, they evaporate too quick.
I don't know. That's nuts. I'll be right back.
My coffee seems to do the same thing. You know,
What's that? An 8-ounce beer? What's that? A mini? Remember them Bud Nibs you used to get?
The what?
The little. I think they were either 6 or 8-ounce Bud Nibs.
Yeah, they were made for like chasers to go with your Bloody Marys.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What are you doing over there on the couch, huh? What are you doing on the couch?
Those were made for those that had the weak palate and couldn't handle the spiciness of a Bloody Mary.
You can't get up here? All right, come here. Oh, let me get this little puppy. Where are you?
Trying to think of Canadian food I can bring down there and tempt Joe with. I think, oh, yes, man. I hadn't even thought of that. We'll bring a box of Persians down.
I thought you bring in squeaky cheese.
If I see one in Wisconsin, I'll bring some. And then hickory sticks. They don't have hickory sticks in America.
They
Can
don't?
you believe it? No.
They just taste like bacon.
They're really backwards down
It tastes
there.
like bacon.
Just don't bring any Kinder Eggs.
There's salt and vinegar.
And they don't have cheesies either.
Cheesies.
Huh?
What are you scratching?
No, cheesies are better than Cheetos.
Jim.
Cheesies are made with real cheese.
Kinder Eggs.
What's that?
No Kinder Eggs.
No Kinder Eggs. That's right. Yeah, no, those are illegal in America. That's right.
Yeah, Canadian Kinder Eggs are not allowed in the United States.
That's right. Guns are, but your kid might choke on this little plastic toy. So, yeah.
Oh, you're not allowed to have Kinder Eggs up in Canada?
No, we are, but the Canadian ones are. I guess the toys in them are different from the ones in America.
Yeah, see, like the Kinder Eggs that we have here are 2 pieces sealed together. And it's got like a plastic film that goes over it. The one side's got the toy in it. The other side actually has the candy with everything in there with a little spoon that it comes with so you can eat it out of the dish. But the Canadian ones have a little capsule that comes with it. And kids always stick the little capsule in their mouth and end up choking on it.
Oh.
And that's why they're outlawed in the United States.
I see. I never had one.
I'll see if I can
They
find
didn't have
one of the
that
capsules
junk when I was a kid.
Around.
They throw a box of raisins at you and say, "Be happy with it." We never had any.
My favorite chocolate egg though is the Cadbury eggs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I won't go when I go across the border. He'll say, "You bringing anything in?" I won't tell him anything about the Kinder Eggs. I'll just say a bag of hickory sticks and a box of Persians. There we go.
Yeah, like
You'll say, what are hickories?
Choking on water beads here in America. Yeah, the Orbeez.
Yeah.
In their mouths, and then they start to swell up, and then they try to swallow it, and they choke on it.
My son has a little battery-powered. It's like a submachine gun that fires Orbeez.
Yeah, the Orbeez guns. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the rate of fire is intense.
There's the capsule.
There's the little capsule that goes in a Kinder Egg in Canada. Yeah.
Those are big.
Yeah, but apparently kids can swallow them and choke on them.
Wow.
And it comes in a couple of pieces that the kid has to put together.
Yeah.
Now, if you compare that to a lighter.
Yeah, I can't see how a kid's gonna stick something like that in their mouth.
It's a fair diameter too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pop open and the toys inside with
They had this.
See, I see that, and all I can think of is you could hide your weed in there.
I remember they had this little box, and it had a diagonal, looked like the way a chimney is built. It had a little diagonal piece in it, and if you dropped it in there,
he says some kids are really stupid. I say that they're not stupid. I think we just overwarn them on a bunch of stuff. I think we need to take warning labels off and let natural selection do its job.
Exactly.
You see the kid putting something small in his mouth, you give him a backhand. You're not allowed to do that no more today. That's the problem.
Yeah, see, like back in my day when we were kids and we wanted to stick a penny in the light socket, the mom would always come up and smack her hand and be like, no. But when Dad was sitting there, he'd be like, don't do that. Wait.
I told you.
Watch you take that penny into that light socket, get launched halfway across the room, and as your eyebrows are smoking off, he'll come up and go, "You're not going to do that again, are you?"
My dad would actually encourage me to do it to see what happens, and then he'd come up and say, "Did you learn your lesson?
Don't touch that. That's hot."
Right.
That was one of my banes living over in Mongolia, like because they use the European sockets, 220, and it's just two holes in the socket, two round holes, and they are the absolute perfect size for a 1-year-old to stick their finger in. And it's like, dang it. So it happened once, and then I went and got all those little plastic plugs, and I stuck them in all over the house. So the kids wouldn't do it again. Because mind you, 220 is not as bad as getting shocked by 110 because it's half the amperage, But she got a boost. So
we gotta try not to eat all the Persians in the car on our way there.
no, we won't eat all the Persians in the car on the way there. You can have one when we stop for the first night.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna buy a lot of snacks.
You know what Persians are, Joe? Remember us talking about it with Reg and Tom?
What are they?
It's like it's a Thunder Bay specialty. You don't get them anywhere else in Ontario or Canada, I know. It's a donut. It's a pretty big, oval, flat donut with no hole in the middle. But the dough is more the consistency, almost like a cinnamon roll. Like it's a chewier bread. It's still sweet. It's very nice. And it comes with a pink frosting. Well, it's strawberry flavoring. So when you buy them for transport, they sell you the donuts in a box that's all wrapped and sealed in plastic, and then you buy yourself a tub of the icing. When you take yours out, you take your icing and put it on top, and man, I tell you, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah, I need to get some down here. I've been craving them.
Yeah, Reg and Tom, but I bought a dozen when you guys showed up, and I think you guys left with like 2 dozen and headed down the road. Tom ate they were sitting here at my table, right here at this table, and I think they ate 4 of them between them. inside of like 30 minutes. It was like,
What's up, David? How you doing?
oh my God. They're good.
For a second there, I didn't realize it was David that had jumped in and joined the chat because David and DB both like look the same.
Yeah, there's D's.
It's a pink D.
Don Villa, ¿cómo está?
What do you do?
Fell through he's cleaning his feet off. Usually he waits, but he slid through the stairs.
No.
What are you making in there?
Good boy.
A smoothie.
How do you get his
You've got
feet wet?
somebody making a smoothie. I've got somebody making one of those sidekick dishes.
He's mad at me.
Why?
Because I was drying his feet and he slid through the stairs.
Oh.
Probably your mother's. Just leave it. She's already had enough Chinese food. She probably made it when she got up.
What up, David Vila?
Hey. Wow, I'm fading fast here, guys. Holy jumping.
Yeah,
I was just talking to Sam about that.
We've only got 6 people in here. I mean, David, if you want to jump up and join us, we might just head backstage. DB, you can do the same. We got room for 2 more.
Let me drop the link in chat.
It's already pinned to the top of chat.
All right.
I already had one wannabe flasher try to come in here and show his junk off. I told him nope.
Oh, yeah,
I
really?
can do it easy over here.
Yeah, yeah.
See?
It's pinned.
Might have to get thrown in the creek, Joe.
See? It's already in there. I'm faster than you have to connect to your YouTube and sign in.
I did. I'm up there.
I wonder how they do that. They must have some kind of random number generator that just they run it through StreamYard and until it makes a hit, you know, and then they try to join.
No, I have the link pinned to the top of chat.
Uh-huh.
So they could just see the live streams out there, come in here, see the link that's
Well,
up there.
yeah,
try to come in.
that's a far simpler answer. Yeah.
But so I have it to where you have to do verification.
Good night, DB. Hope everything turns out well.
Hey, DB.
I have it set to where they have to do verification to prove that with their YouTube account and or Facebook account, and it has to be a verified Google account in order to come on mine.
I gotta do that all the time too. In order, I gotta sign into Facebook every time. I'm not Facebook, into YouTube every time I come on here.
I don't know. I always sign into YouTube anyway before I come in, but
No, is that all?
you actually leave comments.
Because you got to remember, I'm running on the free StreamYard.
No, it's just a safety setting. It's in the free stuff.
Okay, I'll have to look. You'll have to let me know where to do it because.
What
All right.
on StreamYard?
Yeah, it's a safety setting to prevent people from the flashers can't just come in anymore. After I got wing dinged that one time, after that I found out how to make it to where they had to verify and have a verified account. Nice.
Join me. I want to talk. Yeah, I see you in the private chat there, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Gold and silver's up again.
Yeah. The projection tomorrow is
23.95.52 and silver's at 28.88.
Nuts. The world's going to hell in a handbasket, man.
Wow. 1 gram in Canada is $104 right now.
What's that, Reg? A gram of gold's 104?
$104.
Canadian.
1 gram.
oh, Canadian. Yeah, it's like 75 for a gram in the United States.
Wowee.
75 a gram. Yeah, we
It
were
wasn't 6
talking
months
about that
ago,
today.
down
I
at
went
like
on there
80
to
a
look.
gram.
Went on there to look real quick. Man, it shot up.
Yeah,
Gold
it,
and silver.
looking at the graph, it's going to the moon right now. Gold prices.
Just by that definition, my rock over there is worth $10,500 right now.
Yep.
I can live with that.
Oh, I can't sit like
Go
that.
wrong there.
Too much fat on one hip.
Not bad for a $1,600 purchase, eh?
Not bad at
Right.
all.
Goes to show you what happens when you buy it and sit on it for 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
That rock that you have there, Jim, would get me my citizenship twice.
Turn this.
If we sold it to a collector, we could probably get your citizenship 8 times.
Probably.
Far more lucrative. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What's that say?
Movie Gooder.
What's that?
He's being funny.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, like very good.
Oh.
We gooder.
But yeah, it's been a great night. We still have 5 awesome people in here. I think we're gonna go ahead and head backstage. Chit chat.
Safety meeting time.
Yep, time for a safety meeting and call it a night.
Time to fall asleep.
Right. I'm gonna figure out how to get that safety stuff up because I'm tired of the twig and berry flashers wanting to come up here and I mean, if you want to sit there and shake your bush, do it at home by yourself. Don't try and come up here and ruin my stuff. But on that note, here's that outro. Good night, YouTube.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Have a
See
good
you
night.
later.